So here's what we're going to cover today. Number one is how these new leads will be coming to you and how you will be notified. Number two is how to follow up with the new patient leads. This is going to go over the A to Z sales process and also show you the scripts that our top performing doctors are using to convert these patients. And number three is a few extra notes on the sales process. Beneath this video, you can see a button for the sales process script. Make sure you print that out for your staff to follow. Now, it's really important to note that while you may still have your own internal sales system, and while it might be working good for referrals or other types of sales traffic, the sales system I lay out in this video works perfectly for the way that we produce patients. Because converting patients from Facebook is different than converting referrals. It takes a few extra steps, but it's very, very profitable. So make sure you follow all the steps in this video to ensure your success. So here are the two ways that you are going to receive leads. Number one is email notification, and number two is Google Sheets. So let's go into those. So within your email inbox, you're going to be notified when a new lead opts in. And what it'll look like is it'll say new lead as the headline. So what you'll do is you'll open that, and what you'll see is all their contact information, their name, their email, and their phone number. So in addition to that, you'll also have the Google Sheet. So here is what the Google Sheet looks like. Now, it's extremely important to keep detailed notes on the Google Sheet. So the way that the Google Sheet works is when a new lead opts in, their name, email, and phone number are all automatically going to be entered. So you can leave this sheet open all day and have you or your staff watch it as the new leads come through. Now, it's extremely important to have your staff leave notes for when they followed up with the new lead that opted in. Whether or not the lead's scheduled, whether or not they showed up to the appointment, whether or not they committed, and what revenue was generated. Now, the entire system centers around the Google Sheet. If you do not fill it out, you will not have near as much success with our program. Because the way our system works is we actually pull data from the Google Sheet and target more people like the ones who show, and people like the ones who commit, and more people like the ones who have the most revenue generated. So the more data that you fill out on the Google Sheet, the better our system can target the leads and make sure that we're getting the highest quality patients through. So it's important for you, not only for your own bookkeeping to know how much revenue has been generated, but also for our own system to know who we should be following up with and who to target the leads better. So when a new patient lead comes in, how do we follow up? So we just showed you the places that you can check through the email and through the Google Sheet as the lead comes in, but how do we follow up with them? So as a general rule, only call and text the leads. No emailing them unless you are responding to them. A few leads will email you and you can respond to those, but email is a terrible way to follow up with new patients. Texting and calling are the only tools you want to be using to outreach to your new patients. They will give you the highest open rates and it'll get you starting conversations with these new patients. So, day one. Call the new patient at 3 different times of the day. Obviously, if they answer, stop calling. But you want to be calling at 3 different times: morning, afternoon, and evening. That way you can catch them at some different time when they are free. Again, these patients have signed up for their appointment. They already signed up for the service. They are interested. We just need to reach them. Only leave a voicemail on the 3rd call. And again, make sure you record these calls on your Google Sheet. That information is very important, not only for your internal use, but also for us to gather data. And shoot them a text after the first call to let them know who you are and why you are calling. So if they don't pick up, then you want to text them this. Hey, this is Dr. Smith from Everest Chiropractic. I was just calling regarding your request for the discounted chiropractic treatment. Is there a better time you would like me to call? Basically asking permission to call. Now, some of them will respond to this and some of them won't. If they don't, then call them 2 more times that day. It's extremely important to try calling them as many times as possible that first day, because that first day is when you'll stand the highest chance of actually reaching them. So as far as day one, this is how it's laid out. Call, text, asking permission for a better time to call. If they don't respond to that, then call again and call one more time. And after the very last call, leave a voicemail. Day number 2, call the lead at least 2 different times of the day. This time, leave them one last text after the second call saying, "Hey, this is Dr. Smith. I was calling to confirm your voucher for your discounted chiropractic treatment. If you are still interested, please respond, interested, to this text so I know to hold your spot." So day number 2, call, and then one final text to confirm their interest. Day number 3 and beyond. Shoot them a call or a text once a day for the next week. Beyond that, if they still haven't answered, you can let the lead rest and you can call them back through the list in the future. It's always worth trying old leads again in the future. But if they haven't responded after all of this, then it's better to use your energy elsewhere. So, what do we say when we get them on the phone? So this script here is extremely important to follow. Whoever is making these calls has to have this printed out in front of them for them to follow. You should pause this video right now, click the button beneath this video, and print it out right now. This is the script that we have developed over the last 5 years with our top performing doctors using our program. Now, I know a lot of offices already have a good internal sales process, but using that type of sales process with cold traffic is different than using it for referrals. With cold traffic, with leads coming from Facebook, we need to emphasize a little bit more conversation with building rapport with the leads. You know, getting into their pain over the phone, understanding what's going wrong, what's going on with them, and really making them feel like we care. This will ensure that they will show up for their appointment and they are actually interested in getting long-term care with our chiropractic office. So I'm going to read through the script and point out the important parts as we go through. So, hi Angela, this is Dr. Smith. I saw you requested an appointment in our office for a discounted chiropractic treatment on Facebook. Do you have time for a few questions about your appointment? Alright, great. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on? So they'll say something like back pain for 3 weeks. Now, at this point, you want to be asking them a minimum of 2 to 3 questions about their pain. This is the single most important part about this script. The reason we do this is because most of these patients just heard about us. They just saw you on Facebook. They maybe went to your website a little bit afterwards. They don't really know much about us. So to ensure that they're serious about getting their pain treated and us building rapport with them, and that they think that we care and they know that we care about their pain, it's important to ask these questions so that they feel like they actually have a relationship with us. So after asking those questions, we say, all right, that's not good. That should have been resolved by now. What if you tried to help with it? And they'll say meds or something else. So, Angela, it sounds like you have 2 problems. The first is the pain, and the second is what is causing your body to stay weak and not heal properly. Does that make sense? Yes. What this appointment will focus on is what is preventing you from healing the way that you used to. It is 100% natural, non-surgical solution, and we have great success with back pain because of our modern approach. When you come in for your appointment, we will do an in-depth consultation and you will get to experience our very modern solution, and we will know right away if we can help you. How does that sound? And they'll say awesome. All right, great. What day works best or what time works best? And then from there, you'll just schedule them in. Finally, Angela, if for any reason you cannot make this appointment, please call the office. We are very busy at this time of year, and we want to keep this appointment open if you cannot make it. And they'll say, okay. Yes, great. We will see you Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Can we please have your cell phone number for an appointment reminder? And they'll say sure. So it's extremely important to follow this script. Now, it doesn't need to be exactly word for word, but you want to be at least hitting the important parts of this script. Everything is in there for a reason. This script is proven to work. Make sure you have it printed out and make sure whoever is making these calls is using this script. So to download the script, there is a button beneath this video where you can click on it and it'll download right to your computer and then print it out. So you need to do 2 types of reminders for their appointment. Number 1 is to text and call the day before their appointment. Some sort of confirmation 24 hours before their appointment. Number 2 is to call and text the day of the appointment. Doing this along with the script that I handed out to you will ensure that you'll get a lot of people showing up for their appointments. And you'll get a lot of people very serious about getting their pain treated. So just a reminder, this is not a 1-month system. The first month is dialing in the sales process and getting your staff accustomed to converting this type of traffic. Month 2 and month 3 is where our doctors start seeing big returns from returning patients on care plans and from their staff being able to convert these leads into new patients like a well-oiled machine. So if you are struggling with no-shows, then watch our special module on no-shows beneath this video. There will be about 5 to 10% of you that are just struggling with this system, so watch that video beneath this video. It will go over everything you need to know to completely get rid of no-shows. So rewatch this video if you have any questions about the sales process. Keep your Google Sheet filled out, and this is extremely vital. Make sure that you follow up with the leads quickly and frequently. And print off the script. And whoever is doing the follow-up calls, make sure that script is in front of them at all times. And all these slides to this presentation can also be downloaded via a button beneath this video. If you wanted to see some specific information, if you didn't want to go through this whole video again.